The following may contain strong opinionated views. The views and opinions expressed on this show does not necessarily reflect the views or the opinions of any social media or broadcast platform.
Hi, welcome to Talk Back Live, a show that gets you involved in live conversations and sports with Brian Camp on Sports Update, bringing you the latest developments in today's world of sports. And now, here's your hosts Frank Allan and Brian Camp.
Morning, good afternoon, good evening, and a pleasant night to each and every one of you in your different time zones around the world and across the country. Here we are once again on this Thursday. It's 8 p.m. on the East Coast, 5 p.m. on the West Coast. It's Friday morning at 1 a.m. in London, 3 a.m. in Israel, and 9 a.m. in Tokyo, Japan, and they're just getting up and at 'em and ready to go. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Talk Back Live. We're here coming out of New York City. That's where we originate, but we don't stop there because this show is global. That means we go all around the world and across the nation, and everyone gets a chance to perform or show their wares or talk their talk right here on this show. We're so glad to have you aboard with us, and we're going to be with you for a whole hour. We're here every Thursday at this time, and we get together, and we hope that you enjoy the show. So what I want you to do right now, ladies and gentlemen, is sit back, relax, and enjoy. Now, those of you who've been around with us for all of these years, we thank you so much for being here. You've been so faithful to the show, so I don't know what else to say, but thank you, and we're going to keep doing that each week. You probably heard enough of it, but we keep doing it. And for the people who are possibly new to this show, well, let me tell you how this show works. As the host of the show, I get things started. I'm in the prep mode right now, and while I'm prepping along, at this time, at any time at all, even right now as we speak, we want you to use your keyboard on your computer, be it laptop or desktop, your cell phone, or any other device that you may use to watch us. It has a keyboard to it. You type it in, whatever you want to talk about, and I'll see you right there on the big screen. And of course, we're going to acknowledge all of your thoughts and ideas. Now, basically, that's what the show is all about. It's free exchange of ideas and of opinions, and each and every one of us have opinions, ideas that we want to express. So what we're going to ask you to do is bring your ideas to us. Let's put them all together as one, and let's share them, because yours is just as important as anyone else's. And if you are new, you are just as important as the person or the people who have been with us for all of these years. I just want you to know that. Now, we've got a good show for you later on in the program, not too far away. We're going to have sports. Brian Camp is my co-host, and he's going to be here with the latest developments in today's world of sports, of Sports Update. And he's going to be with us for the entire show because he has so many things to talk about. As a matter of fact, he comes out of Charlotte, North Carolina. So we just want to say hearty hello, and welcome aboard, Brian, once again.
Welcome aboard. Glad to be here for another week of Talk Back, and to just talk about what we could ever talk about, and don't care what we talk about. So great to be here. It's great to be here to see everybody, to hear everybody, and to just be in the land of the living.
Mm-hmm. That's what it's all about. I want to say hello to Mary Reed, who's joining us right now, and she's watching us on YouTube. Good evening to you, Mary. Thanks for joining us.
Hello, Mary.
We hope that she stays with us. She says her grandson graduated from boot camp today.
Congratulations.
And today, and he's in the Navy. And
in the Navy.
You can sail the 7 seas.
Congratulations.
So she wants to congratulate him on this day. So what is his name? You want to give us his name, Mary? So we could send out personal greetings to him, right? Those of you who are just joining us, we're going to be here, as I said, for a whole full hour, and you can join in the conversation as well. We got a lot of things to talk about. I mean, there's one thing about this show, we never starve for conversation. There's always something to talk about. We talk about positive, We talk about negative, but we talk about it. And if you want to throw your 2 cents in, feel free to do so. No, she doesn't want to give the name. She
Okay,
doesn't want to give
that's
the name.
fine.
That's okay. That's okay. But
But
he,
listen, Mary, I gotta say this. All seriously, congratulations to him, to the family, especially on Memorial Day weekend, where our soldiers have protected the borders of this great country going on for 250 years. And he's going to be part of the celebration. We're going to celebrate him, and we're going to celebrate you as well too for this wonderful occasion. That's okay. You don't want to give the name, but I salute you and to him as well. God bless you both.
salute, salute, salute.
Salute.
Yeah. Um, he's done us a great service. So for Mary's grandson, we thank you for your service, sir. And we say that from the bottom. We thank you for your service. Um, anyway, we thank you guys, the rest of you guys, for being along with us. And just in case you're just joining us again, the name of the show is called Talk Back Live. Now, we're coming to you live from New York City. I'm in New York City. Brian is in Charlotte. So the good thing about technology that we could link up, no matter where you are, we can link up. See, he's out there in Charlotte. And speaking of Charlotte, do you know? And every time I speak of Charlotte, I always think about the good weather that you have over here. We had 90-degree weather here for the past couple of days, and all of a sudden we dropped down to the mid 60s.
Same.
What is it like in your area?
Almost similar. We had 90-degree weather too since, wow, today was 91, but that ended just maybe an hour ago when it just poured down rain and the rain was just pouring down and we was in a drought. And it's supposed to be raining from Thursday straight to Tuesday.
Mhm.
However, I'm not wishing that because I'm supposed to have a big event here in my backyard. I'm going to have 30 men, 30 to 35 men coming over here on Saturday for a big barbecue gathering. It's not just because we're eating, but for just to unite. We're going to talk we're going to talk about barbershop talk. You know how back in the day we talk trash in the barbershop, but yes, brothers are going to be talking whatever they feel like coming out, whatever is said there
Mhm.
stays there. Sorry, women, and sorry in advance to our wives and to our other partners, but this is a men thing that me and another brother we put together, and we're just going to bond together and just enjoy ourselves and not only again not to just eat but to unite and talk about our issues in life.
Yeah, well, you just answered Mary's question because she wanted to know if you were pulling out that barbecue grill.
Oh,
So,
absolutely.
yeah,
Tomorrow night is on at 8 at tomorrow night around 8 o'clock. In fact, 24 hours from now is gonna lit up through rain, storm, or what? Because we let me tell you the menu right quick. I'm not gonna hold you too long.
let's hear
Mary,
it. Let's hear it.
okay, Mary and everybody else, we're having a 22-pound brisket. We're having three pork butts, which is chopped barbecue. We're having 6 slabs of St. Louis ribs. We're having fried fish, chicken wings, pasta salad. I'm making a pasta salad and the brisket and the chopped barbecue and uh, hamburger sliders. The little one, and homemade, of course. And some of the other brothers are bringing mac and cheese and potato salad. They're probably going to get that or just have their wives make it. But I'm doing the majority of the cooking, so I'm ready. I'm ready because it's going to be a long weekend. Through rain, storm, hurricane, or what, we're going to have it. If we can't go outside, we're going to jam up in our sunroom. We have a big old backyard sunroom here, and we're going to talk and mix it up.
See that? See that? That sounds like a weekend to look forward to.
Yep.
A weekend to look forward to.
Mhm.
Oh boy, I don't know. I wish I were there. I wish I were there. Anyway, Mary, you can't go. I mean, you could wish, but you can't go.
Yeah. We
He's
can't
not.
talk about it, Mary. I'm sorry. It's just men's only thing. We man talk and man thing.
So there you go. And so, ladies and gentlemen, it is the month of May. We're just about finished with it. I can't believe it. We're just about finished with it. It's just hard to believe. And all of this month, and as I always said, that each week I come around and I talk about Jewish American Heritage Month. That's what we're celebrating this month. So those of you who are in the Jewish community, if you have anything that you want to talk about, you want to stick your 2 cents in, maybe talk about your heritage, or maybe there's a community event that's going on that you would love to talk about. We would love to celebrate with you. So just please feel free. And the same thing goes for my Asian American Pacific Islander people. And they have Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month. So it's the same thing. If you have anything to say about your heritage, you want us to know, you want us to talk about, we would love to talk about it with you. Again, if you have any community events that's going on in your community, of course, we'd love to talk about that. We'll talk about it and we'll celebrate with you. That's what we want to do. We want to celebrate with you. Have you had your blood pressure checked lately? Because this is a month that they encourage you to do that. It's National Blood Education Pressure Month. And they're not, they only, this is not just to put it out there, but it's something that you should do whether you have it, whether this is dedicated to any month or not. This is something that should be done all year long. You don't have to do it every single day, but periodically, if you have one of those blood pressure machines, which a lot of people should have, you should get one of those. You have to wait for your doctor and, check it, make sure it's okay. If you
Absolutely.
if you possibly can, folks, if you possibly can, if you're going to get one of those machines, get the old school ones, the ones that the doctor, if they could, I think they still sell those, don't they, Brian?
Yes,
You
they
can
do.
still
And
buy
what you should do, not only check your blood pressure, you should also get a sugar little kit to check your sugar every morning. You just poke yourself and you see if your sugar is up, high or
them. Yeah.
low or normal.
Mhm.
Those are the two things that you should be getting. Absolutely.
Mhm. Mhm. I don't
Hmm.
have one of those sugar kits. Maybe I should get one.
Yes.
Just stay on
Hmm.
top of that. But the blood pressure is important. You want to keep it at a minimum. And I think, as you said, Brian, it's 120 over 80, right?
120 over 80. Yes.
Hmm. And so let's make sure you keep it at that level, maybe a little bit lower. Sometimes my range comes over to 119 over 80 or 79 or something like that. That's pretty good.
That's pretty
It's pretty,
good. Yeah.
yeah, you know. Um, but that's what you do. Also, it's National Dental Care Month too. You want to take care of that as well. We're into the health thing around, so we want to make sure everybody's healthy and strong, and that, of course, you take care of those. Now, it's the weekend is coming up. Right after the weekend is over, I'm going in for my semi-annual cleaning. So I'm taking care of business in that department. That's a National Dental Care Month. Make sure you take care of yours. We you keep that pretty smile that you got right there. You want everyone to see that smile. You know.
Yep.
Also, it's National. Here we go. We're celebrating National Military Appreciation Month. So we do appreciate to all of the people in the military who have served this country, the people who have served in the past, people who are serving now, and people who have aspirations to serve in the future. We want to
Hmm.
just say that in advance for all of you guys who are out there, guys and women, because
That's true.
women go into the military too, so we want to just say that. And it's Memorial Day weekend. So this is a special day outside of cooking, what Brian is going to do outside of that. Of course, you want to pay homage to all of the military people. And we want to say hello to them. And those of you who are out there watching, we love you. We love you. We really do. We want to make sure that, and you guys should be taken care of. Really. You guys.
Absolutely.
So anyway, we already know what's happening for your weekend, Brian. I don't know what's going to happen for my weekend because the weather. I looked at the weather forecast for the weekend, and I don't think we're going to have a good weekend as far as the
No.
weather is concerned.
Um,
So
in the East Coast, it's supposed to be rain down here in the South. but all that is subject to change because the latest I heard that we're supposed to get rain on Saturday. See, Saturday is the day that I just need that 5 or 6 hour window where it doesn't rain at all. But
Hmm.
now they're saying it's going to rain in the middle of the night Saturday morning and stop around 10 a.m. on Saturday. But
Hmm.
it goes back and forth. So don't really know for sure what exactly they're going to be doing, the weather. Well, Mother Nature is in charge of that. So, we just don't know. We just don't know. But like I said, the men decided that we're going to, no matter what happens with the weather, we're going to get together. And that's
Hmm.
very important to the men in my church and through our ministry as
Hmm.
well.
Yeah. Well, like I always tell people, never change your plans. Always
Mhm.
stay with it to the 11th hour because Mother Nature has a tendency to throw you a curveball. And speaking of curveball, Brian, what's happening in the world of sports?
Curveball. Well,
What a segue.
yeah, what a segue, right? Just gonna, well, I tell you, right now in the NFL, we're gonna talk about the football thing right now. Former NFL defensive lineman Josh Morrow unfortunately lost his life from an acute combination of fentanyl, cocaine, and ethanol intoxication, according to online records from the county office of the medical center. The report said Maro died April 23rd and classified the death as accidental. Morrow was 35, was 6'6", 290 pounds, played 8 NFL seasons, including 6 with the Arizona Cardinals and 1 each with the New York Giants and Oakland Raiders. His most productive season came in 2016 with the Cardinals when he played in 15 games, started 13, and finished with 32 tackles. He played in college at Stanford University, and his final season in the NFL was with the Cardinals in 2021. Morrow played in 80 NFL games, starting 40 and had 5 career sacks. So unfortunately, he lost his life. Continue with the NFL. Um, Nashville is expected to be named host of the Super Bowl in 2030 by the NFL owners who will vote for the city on Tuesday during the spring league meeting. Sources told the NFL Network Ian Rappaport and Mike Garofalo this would be the first time the Music City would host the Super Bowl with the event showcasing the Titans' new stadium, which is expected to open in 2027. It's only fitting. A lot of people don't like going to Tennessee. A lot of athletes, sports, basketball, football, baseball. There's been trouble in Nashville, in Tennessee. So I don't know how they want to work it out. I guess they're going to have to really um, change things around because a lot of athletes don't really want to play there and don't like going there for visiting. Um, it's an unfortunate thing. Major League Baseball, the Nationals identify at least one person who will be banned from the ballpark after a banner promoting a white nationalist website was unfurled in the crowd during Sunday's game. This is last Sunday's game. A team spokesman also said the Nationals are coordinating with District of Columbia um, police on investigation. In addition to the website, the banner also included a call to save America and deport 100 plus million before it was quickly taken down. Yeah, here we go to politics again. The Washington Nationals vehemently condemned discriminatory and hateful rhetoric and we strive to make our home feel a safe space for our fans. Talking about the stadium, the team said in a statement. Now, the team policy on banners and signs mostly requires that they be related to baseball, only baseball, with some allowances for messages about the broadcasting um, entity or birthdays, anniversaries, and similar family friendly greetings. Sometimes when fans hold up their banners and they get let me tell you, I've been to many games in every sport. The fans could be obnoxious. They talk about your spouse, they talk about your family. And I understand why athletes don't want to indulge with the fans. I understand. I wouldn't sign an autograph either, regardless of if they have a little child. I know you're gonna say, well, we paid our money and everything. You don't pay your money to be obnoxious. Cut out the alcohol. I know the alcohol is a big thing in sports, but they got to really tone it down. So I understand both sides. The fans want to enjoy themselves. I do understand the athletes. They do have feelings and they have families as well. In the NBA, retiree three-time NBA champion Rick Fox, remember him, was appointed Monday as a senator for the main opposition party in the Bahamas after losing a bid for legislative seat in last week's general election. Voters in the Bahamas are allowed to elect candidates to the House of Assembly, but members of the Senate are appointed. Both the government and opposition are allowed to appoint whomever they see fit as senators, including candidates who lost at the polls, which he did. Incumbent Bahamanian Prime Minister Philip Davis and his Progressive Liberal Party won the election, securing a second consecutive term in office. It marked the first time a party has won two straight general elections in that country since 1997. Now, Rick Fox was born in Canada to a Canadian mother and a Bohemian father, making him eligible to run for office in the Caribbean country where he grew up. Fox also had a career as an actor, appeared in several movies and television shows. As Rick Fox was known for his basketball, won a couple of championships with the LA Lakers. This day in sports, May 21st, 1952, Brooklyn Dodgers scored 15 runs in the first inning to defeat Cincinnati 19-1. 1970, Mel Stottlemyre ties the Major League record for walking 11 batters, but wins 2-0. Did a lot of pitching. A lot of pitches was thrown. 1996, Ken Griffey Jr., eighth youngest to hit 200 home run. 1997, to the Toronto Blue Jays, pitcher Roger Clemens defeated New York Yankees for his 200th career win. Birthdays on this day. 1923, Ara Parsegian, NCAA college football coach, two-time champion with the Notre Dame Fighting Irish coach, was born in Akron, Ohio. 1935, Johnny Majors, NCAA Hall of Fame halfback and coach, was the 1976 champion, born in Lynchburg, Tennessee. He's known for the Tennessee Volunteers when he played college football. 1941, Bobby Cox, Major League Hall of Fame catcher and manager, was born on this day, 1995, World Series champion, four times Manager of the Year, was born in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And sad to say about Bobby Cox, he just passed away last week, maybe 10 days ago. He just passed away. 1977, Ricky Williams, 1998 Heisman NCAA Hall of Fame, was born in San Diego, California. 1996, Josh Allen, NFL quarterback for the Buffalo Bills, was born in Fireball, California. We are celebrating Jewish Heritage Month. Now, I'm going to do something different. Originally, I was going to talk about an individual. I'm going to save that for next week for the last one, because unfortunately, I will not be here tomorrow. And I wanted to say it on both shows, on Talkback Live and the Coffee Hour. So I'm going to, what I wanted to say about this individual, I'm going to wait till next week because I really want to talk about this. But I have this. Jewish entertainers have fundamentally shaped and the global arts from the inception of Hollywood and Broadway to the heights of music, comedy. Their profound culture impact in celebrating unversatility. Now, picked out the top 10 famous Jewish entertainers of all time. Barbara Streisand, an undisputed icon of the stage and screen. She is one of the few entertainers to win an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony Award. My goodness. Was she something to win all those awards? Not many people have that achieved that. It's one thing to be a nominated, but she won. Good for her. And she's 80, I think she's 84 years old, still living. Steven Spielberg, one of the most commercially successful and critically acclaimed directors in the cinematic history, responsible for defining the modern blockbuster movies. As you know, in Star Wars and so many other movies that he was in charge of and had something to do with. Bob Dylan, born Robert Zimmerman, he revolutionized modern folk and rock music, later becoming the first songwriter to win the Nobel Prize in Literature. Here's one, is my favorite one. I watch this all the time. The Marx Brothers. You can't go wrong with the Marx Brothers. The legendary sibling comedy act defined a chaotic subvisor and brilliant era of vaudeville and early cinema. We got Billy Joel, the piano man, is one of the most selling music artists of all time, celebrated for a massive catalog of pop and rock hits. Woody Allen, a prolific filmmaker, writer, and comedian who left an inedible mark on independent cinema, romantic comedy, and dark humor. Then you have Bette Midler, known affectionately as the Divine Miss M. She is a Grammy, Emmy, and Tony Award winner, singer, and actress. Kirk Douglas. When you say Kirk Douglas, you can't leave out his son. Kirk Douglas and his son, Michael Douglas, the legendary cleft chin. I mean, always talked about his chin. He had a chin where it was a cleft chin like this, you know. And father and son look so much alike. Starting the golden age of Hollywood, he was a titan of the screen and a pioneer producer. Jerry Steinfeld, a master of comedy, whose sitcom which was so funny. I used to love Steinfeld. Revolutionized television and remains one of the most successful shows in history. You can still see it too. Gene Wilder, beloved for his eccentric comedy and deeply emotional performance on timeless classics like Willy Wonka and The Chocolate Factory and Young Frankenstein. There are so many. Forget the guy right now who did all those shows back in the 70s. Like All in the Family, Good Times, The Jeffersons. It's going to hit me sooner or later. But there's so many great Jewish people in Hollywood that really took off, and we say thank you. But the Marx Brothers, how could you go wrong with the Marx Brothers? And ladies and gentlemen, that is sports.
I was going to mention another group, but I don't want to. I'm going to let. Maybe you'll do it next week. Maybe you just didn't want to do it tonight. Maybe I'll just wait until you do it.
No, say it. Say it.
I was going to say the Three Stooges, the Howard brothers.
That's right. There's Three Stooges.
Three Stooges. Mo Howard, Shemp Howard, and they had another brother that had no. That wasn't in the Stooges. It wasn't had no. He wasn't in show business, but there were the Howard brothers, and they came out of Brooklyn, New York, out of Brownsville.
That's right. That's right. Excellent. And Barbara Streisand is from Brooklyn too, if I'm right. You know, I didn't know she had a son by Elliot Gould too.
People I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I know she's married to I can't think of his name offhand. I don't know. I can't think of his name offhand. Just like you can't think of Norman Lear offhand.
Norman Lear, yeah. Yes. Norman Lear. I'm surprised that he's that up
James Brolin is what I want to say, yeah. James Brolin, yeah. So
James Brolin,
yeah,
right.
Yeah, Norman Lear and James Brolin.
That's
yeah.
Right.
And she's married to James Brolin. But yeah, Norman Lear is who you were talking about.
Yes.
Who lived to be what, 100 years old, 101?
I think he recently died. He just made his 100th birthday,
Yeah, I
103rd.
think he did.
Yeah,
I think
that's
he
right.
did.
Long and
You
live.
know,
Rob
but
Reiner, Carl Reiner, great, great list
yeah,
of people.
Carl Reiner. Yep, Carl Reiner, Rob Reiner.
That's right.
A lot of people. There's a lot of people. I don't want to mention any more because you may come up with some, with some more later on. So you want to, when you do your research, you're right out there.
Yep.
But yeah, I thought quickly about the Three Stooges. I guess because they're from Brooklyn, New York. I think I'm partial to them.
See,
The
I
Three
didn't know
Stooges.
that either. I did not know that.
They came
So,
out of Brownsville, and yeah. And you know something, when you look at some serious pictures of those boys of the Stooges, the Howard brothers, they're good looking guys.
yeah.
They're good looking guys. I saw early pictures of them. They're good looking guys.
Yeah.
When
Absolutely.
they make they when they're on the air, they have that stupid, that goofy look, and that makes them look silly. But
Yeah.
when they don't do that, they're good looking guys. Curly is a good looking guy.
One of my favorites scene with the Marx Brothers is Groucho was with a woman and she fell into the water, or if I recall, he threw her in the water, and the woman was screaming, "Help! Help! Save me! Please send me a lifesaver!" So what he did was he took out a lifesaver candy and threw it at her to see whether or not she would be able to catch it. I mean, it's not funny like it used to be, but when you watch it the way he did it, it's hilarious. Comedy at its best. Black and white movies back in the 30s and 40s, it doesn't get any better than that.
Now, see, those comedies back then, you could watch them even today. You could watch them 100 times. Even today, I grew up with all of these people that you were talking about. Even today, I still crack up. I
Yeah.
mean, I watch. I could never get enough of Abbott and Costello. Who's on first? What's on second? I don't know who's on third. I mean, I
Yep.
still laugh at that,
Yep.
and I've seen that a billion times.
That's right.
You know, and like the Three Stooges, I still watch the Three Stooges. They come on, and
Mhm.
all of those they had. There was something about comedy back in those days where they just kept people laughing.
Mhm.
They just kept people laughing,
Was
and
Laurel
like
was Laurel Hardy Jewish too as well too? Because
no,
they look like them.
no, they were from Stan Laurel was from England,
Oh, okay.
and Oliver Hardy was a Southerner. He was from the South.
Oh, okay.
So
Wow. They
I
teamed up,
can't think
huh?
of it. Yeah, yeah, but yeah, I still get a kick out of those guys too. They're something else to watch. They're great. We'll hear more from you, whatever you have to say next week, because I already got that you're not going to be here tomorrow. So,
Right. Yeah.
but listen, well, you got to prep. You got to do your prepping. That's why I understand that.
Yeah.
Uh, Back to sports. The Yankees right now are leading. Not they're leading. They're trailing. I look back. They're in the commercial break right now, but they were trailing 1-0. And I'm gonna tell you, I was so upset when they played the Mets. Now I understand that they played at City Field. They played all three games at City Field, but that doesn't mean anything to me. It doesn't mean anything to me. The Mets took them 2 games out of 3.
Yes. And they got to come to Yankee Stadium soon too.
I get that. I get that. Suppose the Mets come to Yankee Stadium and beat them again. So
I
it
don't know.
shouldn't even matter where you play. You got to play that game like like your life depends on it.
That's right.
And the last game, see, the Mets won the first, and then the Yankees won the second game, and then, or was it Yankees won the second game, and the Mets wrapped it up. Now that last game, let me tell you about that last game. I don't know if you saw it or not. That last game, the Yankees gave that game away. They gave that game away. One of the things I hate about the Yankees is that when they're in a substantial lead, a significant lead, right?
They give
And
it
at
up.
the ninth inning, for some reason, it's always at the ninth inning when they're ready to wrap it up. Either they win it at the skin of their teeth like they did last night, or they wind up losing the game. The Yankees were in front by 3 runs, about 2 or 3 runs at the last game with the Mets. And at 2 outs, they had 1 out to go. And the Mets beat them. The Mets
are not having a great year at all.
They're not having a great year.
No.
So I'm pissed off right now. The Yankees are they're in the top of at the bottom of the fifth right now, and they're losing by 1 run.
Okay, it's still early. The game is only in
it's early. It's still early. But last night again, they won at the skin of their teeth. Now you could always predict if the Yankees are in a when they're in a lead, let's say a 3-point lead, and they're in the ninth inning, all they have to do is get 3 outs. For some reason, it happens. It never fails, Brian. It never fails. The opposition always comes back and rally.
The bullpen is weak.
They don't have a bullpen.
They don't.
They're beyond weak. They don't even have a starting pitcher. They traded away what's his name? Weaver. I can't think of his first name. Luke Weaver, I think his name is.
Okay.
I think he went to the Mets.
Well, what happened to what's his name? Gerald Cole? Isn't he? Well, he just had surgery for.
I think he was out. He was out. He was sick. He had surgery, so I don't think he's back in the mix just yet. But they don't have what they should have did when these guys get injured like that. They got to go down to the farm and pick out the best they have. Maybe their farm team is not worth it.
It's not. It's not.
It's something about the Yankees. They just don't know how to just knock off the ninth inning and go home. And they gave that game to the Mets. That last game, they gave it to the Mets. They say, "Oh, we're going to stay in New York. You guys are leaving. Hey, we're going to stay in New York because we're going to play who are they playing now? We're going to play the Blue Jays. So we're going to give you the game." The Yankees had the game wrapped up. All they had to do is go 1, 2, 3, and they didn't do it.
The Yankees don't have Mario Rivera anymore, so.
Well, look, listen. Mario did his job. He did what he had to do. He did his job, and he did it well. He's retired. He shouldn't even have to worry about that. But they just don't have no pitching. They don't have no pitching.
No.
The outfielder, the only person you could depend on to get on base. The home run. You could always depend on Aaron Judge.
That's right.
Jazz Chisholm Jr. Let's see. You got a good first baseman on there, Paul. I can't think of his last name. Tall guy. He's a Gold Glove first baseman.
Wow.
And they got I can't think of them all, but very few ace guys. Now, their bullpen should have at least one ace pitcher, just like when Mario Rivera was there. He was the ace. They always depended on him to come out and knock it out.
Yeah, well, listen, the Mets are not having a great year either, but what makes it worse that they took 2 out of 3 from the Yankees.
That's right.
That makes it put more salt in the wound to make it really look bad. So New York teams are not doing too great right now.
Well,
great.
Here's what I'm going to do. I listen. I was always with the Yankees since I'm 14 years old, and I'm not turning back now.
No.
But at this point, I'm not going to go rah-rah. I'm not going to go rah-rah over them. I'm not going to brag about them. I'm just going to go right through the season. That's all I'm going to do from now on, because I don't know what to say about them. Just have nothing to say about them. Anyway, let's go back in time. How about that? On this day in history, in 1881, the American Red Cross was founded by Clara Barton. On this day in history, in 1922, the Pulitzer Prize Award goes to Eugene O'Neill for his play Anna Christie. On this day in history, in 1955, WFRV TV Channel 5 in Green Bay, Wisconsin's ABC and NBC station begins broadcasting. On this day in history, in 1964, U.S. began intelligence flights above Laos. In 1966, Louie Louie by the Kingsmen re-entered the chart and hit number 97. On this day in history, 1967, Robert F. Kennedy, his murderer, Sirhan Sirhan, was sentenced to death, then later commuted to life imprisonment. Back in 1971, Marvin Gaye, his 11th album, What's Going On, is released. It was considered the best album of all time by critic surveys in Rolling Stone in 2020 and The Guardian in 1997 and the New Music Express in 1985. In 1977, Stevie Wonder's single, Sir Duke, a tribute to Duke Ellington and other musical influences of Wanda's, begins a 3-week run at number 1. On this day in history, 1982, WKRP in Cincinnati runs its final episode and it airs on CBS. On this day in history, 1983, David Bowie's Let's Dance, the single goes to number 1. In 1990, the last episode of Newhart airs on CBS TV. In 1999, All in the Family. All My Children actress Susan Lucci finally wins a daytime Emmy after being nominated 19 times, the longest period of unsuccessful nominations in television history. In 2018, former U.S. President Barack Obama and Michelle Obama signed a production deal with Netflix to produce series and movies for the streaming service. Jazz musician and singer and songwriter Fats Waller was born on this day in 1904 in New York City. He died December 15, 1943 at 39 from bronchial pneumonia. In 1916, singer, radio, and television comic actor Dennis Day, who performed on the Jack Benny program, was born in the Bronx, and he died in 1988. In 1917, actor Raymond Burr, who was Perry Mason in Ironside, was born in New Westminster, British Columbia in Canada, and he died in 1993. On this day in history in 1924, actress, comedian Peggy Cass was born in Boston, Massachusetts. She died in 1999. In 1944, on this day in history, pop singer Marcy Blaine. I want to be Bobby's girl. Anyway, she was born in Brooklyn, New York. Yeah, she was the one that recorded that one. In 1948, actress Carol Potter of Beverly Hills 90210 was born in New York City. On this day in history, 1951, U.S. politician Al Franken was born in New York City. Al Franken, by the way, was also a comedian from Saturday Night Live, if you remember him.
And a politician, too.
Yep, that's right. And in 1952, R&B singer Carl Carlton was born in Detroit, Michigan, and he died in 2025. And I swear, this is what he told me. I pity the fool if you don't say this, but Mr. T was born on this day in 1952, and he was born in Chicago, Illinois. He's 73 today. On this day in history, U.S. Attorney General and lawyer Loretta Lynch was born on this day in 1959 in Greensboro, North Carolina. She's 66 today. Rapper, the notorious B.I.G., who's also known as Biggie, but was born on this day in 1972 in Brooklyn, New York. He died on March 9th, 1997 at 24 years old, and he was murdered through a drive-by shooting in Los Angeles. On this day in history, 1944, actor Burgess Meredith weds actress Paulette Goddard in Beverly Hills, California. In 1945, actor Humphrey Bogart weds actress Lauren Bacall in Ohio. On this day in history, 1994, country singer Trisha Yearwood weds musician Robert Reynolds, and they got divorced in 1999. In 1998, model Cindy Crawford weds restaurateur Randy Gerber in the Bahamas. In 2016, actress Eva Lagora weds media executive Jose Bentonio Baston in Villa de Bravo, Mexico. Sammy Davis Sr. died on this day in 1988. He was 87 years old. He died from natural causes. He was born December 12th in 1900. And that was the same year Frank Sinatra was born, except Frank Sinatra was born 15 years later.
Mm-hmm.
His birthplace was in Wilmington, North Carolina. In 2018, actor Clint Walker, who played Cheyenne back in the 50s, and of course he played the Dirty Dozens, he died at the age of 90. And 2023, singer Ed Ames from the Ames Brothers dies at 94. And finally, in 2023 as well, actor Ray Stevenson dies at the age of 58 years old. So that's what's happening on this day in history. And those of you who may know something in this day in history and you want to let us know what it is, please let us know, type it in, and we'll be glad to get it out there for you and let other people know about it. Okay, and by the way, if you want to get in touch with me or Brian, you can give us a call or shoot us an email. The email address is frankallenprod@aol.com. That's frankallenprod@aol.com. Telephone number is 641-715-3900, extension 467-134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467-134. Remember, you can use that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And you could keep all of that information in all of your electronic devices just in case you need it. It'll be available to you, and you can use it anytime you want. The email address again is frankallenprod. Allan spelled Allan. Prod is PROD. That's frankallenprod@aol.com. That's frankallenprod@aol.com. Telephone number is 641-715-3900, extension 467-134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467-134. I'm going to go through these movies I have for you. As I failed to tell you at the beginning of the show, I have these movies taken from Turner Classic Movies. I only have one this week, so I'm going to go right through it. It's No Time for Sergeants, back in 1958, with Andy Griffith and Myron McCormick and Nick Adams. And you can see that Turner Classic Movies. You can see it Sunday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern. That's a comedy. It's a black and white, and it's great. So you check that out. That's the only one. But here's a movie that I suggest to everyone. Brian, did you ever see a movie called White Man's Burden?
No. Who was in that?
Okay. It was back in 1995. John Travolta and Harry Belafonte. And Brian, I got to tell you, this is a movie that takes a look at what society inflicts on us today between black and white relationship. It reverses everything.
Really?
It reverses.
Harry Belafonte and John Travolta? Really?
Yep.
How did I miss that one?
They never show that movie. They never show that. I don't know why they're afraid to show that movie, but I can tell you right now, it's available on YouTube. It's not even on the box. You can't even find it on the box. But go to YouTube, White Man's Burden, 1995. And I'm going to tell you, you're going to, and I don't care if you're black, if you're white, or any other ethnic orientation. I don't care what you are. Watch that movie because they show you the other side, that they show you the flip side of black and white relationships. You got to watch it.
Is it something like The Defiant Ones with Tony Curtis and Sidney Poitier?
No, nothing like that.
Nothing like that. Okay.
Nothing like that. I'm not going to give it away. You watch it. It's right there on YouTube. Everyone can watch it. YouTube is free. Everyone
what's the name of it?
White Man's Burden.
Okay.
John Travolta, Harry Belafonte. And you never seen that movie. That movie is 30 years old.
I haven't seen it. I never knew that they even made a movie together.
You see, they don't want to show the movies. And when you see the movie, you probably guess why they don't want to show the movie anymore.
Wow.
It's over 30 years old, that movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna
and John Travolta and Harry Belafonte did a good job on that movie.
Wow.
They did a good job on that movie. Please watch that movie. Okay, so Turner Classic Movies, No Time for Sergeant, 1958, with Andy Griffith, Myron McCormick, and Nick Adams. Turner Classic Movies, Sunday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern, and White Man's Burden, 1995, John Travolta, Harry Belafonte. And this was produced by Lawrence Bender. And it was directed by an Asian brother by the name of Desmond Akano. Desmond
Mm,
Akano, an Asian brother, directed this. He wrote it and directed it.
wow.
You
Wow,
got to
that's
watch it.
incredible. Yeah.
Got to watch it. Well, as you already know, we've still got problems. There's problems all around. Do you know that your boy in the outhouse, because it's going to be the outhouse until they clear it out and disinfect it and get a human being back in there to work? Do you know that guy, this guy, remember all the tax problem he had? Remember the tax problems that he had?
Mhm.
Well, now he doesn't have to pay any more taxes. And you know something? The IRS banned, not the IRS, DOJ banned the IRS from ordering his back taxes and present taxes. So you know what that means? He doesn't have to pay a dime to anyone and his family too. I don't know how that happens.
How they let this get away? It's sad. It is really sad. Jeez.
I worked my tail off ever since I was a young man, a young kid, a young teenager. When I started working, I mean, a real job at 14 years old, because you couldn't work under 14. You had to do I don't know if they still do this today, but when you turned 14 years old, you had to go and get working papers.
Yeah.
And I worked ever since I was 14 years old. I paid taxes. I paid all of my taxes. All of these years, I paid my taxes.
So basically, he pardoned himself then.
No, don't forget, he has the court behind him, the DOJ, the weak DOJ.
Mm.
And he's got all of those Supreme Court judges in his back pocket. He
Well,
doesn't have to. He's approved
it's
everything.
like six of them are conservative and three of them are
Yeah,
liberal.
yeah.
So yeah, and I mean, let me tell you, this was all planned. I mean, he knew what he was doing. Listen, I don't like to give this man any credit at all, but he planned this out. I don't know if it felt the way that he wanted to, but it fell right into his hands how he could continue to get away with a lot of stuff, and the government is not doing anything about this. Why are they afraid of this man? Why?
First of all, you're supposed to. Congress calls the last shot. Congress is over the president. The last time I looked back, that's how it was. Congress is the one you have to go past before you can approve anything. Congress actually approves. If the president brings something to Congress saying, we want to do this, we want to do that, the Congress gets the last word or not. No, we're not going to do this. Oh, yes, we can do that. But Congress is laying back doing nothing. They're doing nothing. They're not doing their job. And all of us are paying taxes. I'm paying, you're paying, everybody's paying taxes. And guess what? The latest thing, since we're talking about paying taxes, you know where else our tax dollars are going now? This stupid guy
Government.
he wants to open up this bill. It's for, I think, his $1.8 million funding bill, alleged victims of weaponized government. Those are the people who broke into the Capitol building, broke
Capital.
windows, killed people,
Yes. Yeah. I heard about that. Yeah.
and now they have an opportunity to get paid for it.
Well, listen, we saw this coming. The day that he was sworn in a couple years ago, he pardoned everybody that was
Yep,
involved. He didn't
that's
waste
right.
any time. On that same day he was sworn in, he
Mhm.
pardoned all those people. If you're for Trump, he's gonna pardon you. He's going to endorse you. This is why politicians are afraid of him.
Hmm. Yeah.
Spineless. I have to keep on saying that. They're spineless. No guts. That JD Vance is another one. Listen, if I'm independent. I don't care too much for Democrats, but I definitely don't care at all for Republicans. But I would have voted a Republican if it wasn't Trump or JD Vance. Anything, anybody but those two.
Hmm.
But again, I don't trust neither party. I don't trust. And you know what? The latest thing, let me talk about the independents. Bernie Sanders, why you been so quiet lately? What's been going on with you? We know that you don't like Trump. We don't hear nothing from you, Bernie Sanders. What's going on? That's something to think about. Bernie Sanders has been awfully quiet. I don't know.
A lot of those Democrats have been quiet, and that's why Raheem, right, always comes up and say you got to talk, you got to do something. Now,
Hakeem
people are turning
Jeffries.
Hakeem Jeffries, right, and he's telling everybody you got to speak up, you got to come out, and they're not doing
Mm.
it. We've got the midterms coming up. People have to vote. This guy is threatening to go to the deep south to make sure he sends all of his ICE agents out there to monitor the people who are voting. And for what? And
He's
so,
already he's already dismantling the Voters' Right Act. Next
yeah,
is the Civil Rights Act.
yeah,
And young people, Latinos, blacks, people of color, you better wake up. You and most of y'all, some of y'all are mega fans of this man. You're fans of Donald Trump. You voted for him. You endorsed him. But you know what? Wake up because he's coming. If he takes away the Voters' Right Act and the Civil Rights Act, guess what? What affect us will affect you down the road.
that's
Better
right.
think about that. Better think
Well,
about that.
they didn't believe that they were going to be affected by it just because the promises that he made for them. He told them he might as well have just told them to go drop dead because I don't care about you. And he actually said, I don't care. I don't care about your money. I don't care about your financial situation.
That's what he
He
said.
said
He
it.
said, I don't care about the American people's pockets. That's right.
Yeah, he said it. And he wasn't just talking about the Democrats. He was talking about his MAGA people as well.
But
The
he's
only people who are getting benefits out of this are his billionaire friends.
he's getting money to protect to build a fortune for his family before he leaves office. And you know what? He's actually getting away with it.
Yep.
I
There's a
can't
guy.
I just can't celebrate the 250th anniversary. I just can't. I'm going to be very honest with you. I can't. I'm so angry with the American people when they allow this to happen. What if Barack Obama was doing this here? Can you
Oh,
imagine?
they would have buried him under the jail twice.
My goodness. Unbelievable.
They would have buried
Unbelievable.
him twice. You know, there's a guy. I don't know if you heard of this guy's name. His name is Jeff Bezos. I almost said bozo because it looks like that, but it's Jeff Bezos. He's an American businessman and a founder, executive chairman, and a former president, CEO of Amazon. This guy says Donald Trump is he's more mature, more disciplined version of himself than he was in his first term.
And I wonder about those angelicals, those Christian angelicals. My goodness, do they have a lot of explaining to do.
When you
Oh
say
my.
that, you remind me of Paula White.
Paula
I
White.
think about Paula White.
Oh my goodness. They're getting paid, man. They're getting paid. They're getting something out of this. You don't hear from them. But Bernie Sanders is the one I'm a little bit disappointed, though. I'm disappointed. He was one of the only politicians that was not a Democrat, spoke up against Trump.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Well, Brian, you're not going to be here tomorrow. We're going to carry the whole load tomorrow because I know you have to prep for the weekend, but you'll be back here next Thursday. How about that?
Next Thursday sounds good. I might be able to tune in, but I won't be able to come on now. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, we'll catch you back there next week. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, for the rest of you, be back here tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern. I will be here for the coffee hour, and I'll take care of everything sports and the whole 9 yards. I look forward to seeing you then. But then you can meet us back here next Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern for more of Talk Back Live. And Brian Camp, my co-host, will be here for the latest developments in today's world of sports, and we'll have a good time as well. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, have yourself a great weekend and a wonderful, wonderful Memorial Day. And to all of you military friends of mine, here's a salute to you. Take care. Bye-bye.
You've been watching Talk Back Live with Frank Allan and Brian Camp. The producers are Al Dale and Katina Camp. Technical assistant Dave Taylor. Research by Sandy Pierce. And I'm your announcer Donna Stenke. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time on Talk Back Live.